Yes, see you was. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Respect, man. I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, I didn't know what time to start, so we're just doing whatever. Listen, just hit the like button for me whenever you can, so it can help push it out to the masses, you know. And take your time. Don't get fired, please. You understand? I respect everything that you're here with me while we do this new thing out of the book, but like button. That's all me ask. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready while everybody kind of comes in and out. Today, we're gonna be making JFC. So if you don't know what JFC, it's not KFC, right? I feel like some KFC today. And I'm like, why bother with that? I can make my own and even better. So JFC is jerk fried chicken. And that is in our cookbook. Let me show you. Let me just move to the page. Now, this is not the actual cookbook. This is just a print of what's there. We have the digital version ready, but eventually we'll get to the thing. So see it here? JFC, guys. JFC, a Chef Balo original, right? And it's jerk fried chicken. So basically what we do, we just take the jerk seasoning, season it up, and then use 11 herbs and spices, maybe 12, 13, I don't know, a little bit more than what Kentucky do, and fry it up and go through, right? So the JFC. So right now we have some chicken. So we're going to be doing chicken wings and then chicken tenders. That's the two things that we're going to be doing, okay? So as you guys can see, we already have lime, right? Because you know you have to wash your chicken. I don't care what anybody says. We do not wash chicken or clean chicken, okay, guys, to take away bacteria. That's not what we do, all right? What we do, we clean this chicken to get rid of the impurities, and we give it what is called an acid wash, right? So if you do an acid wash, that's just as good. Don't let anybody tell you anything different, okay? So that's why your parents always tell you, be careful who you eat from, right? Very careful, because some people don't believe in cleaning the chicken. And I'm even talking about top chefs. You have some professional chefs, they won't do it, you know, because they think that the chicken is going to be clean just by, you know, itself. But let me tell you something. I buy chicken in bulk, right? And that chicken comes in a big container, right? And you don't know if the chicken is always staying at the same temperature throughout the travels. It might be in a thing and it gets, you know, hot in there, and then the blood and everything. So most of the time, I'm talking about, I buy halal chicken. And matter of fact, I have some videos, I'm going to post it. Most of the time, that chicken is sitting in blood, just chilling, just relaxing, you know, just relaxing the blood. And you don't want me to wash that and then eat it or serve it to somebody? That's crazy. You clean your chicken. You can use vinegar or you can use lime. You understand? Either one of those things work, vinegar or lime, but you have to clean the chicken. So this now, we had in lime already. Russian girl, wagwan. We're in Miami. How's the weather out there? How's the weather out there? You understand? I've never been to Russia. Curious, you know, one of these days, once you calm down over there, we'll check it out and see what it's like and what the food is like over there. So again, we're doing a jerk fried chicken. So this is our version of KFC, but proper style. So I already have this clean up. What I'm gonna do is just get rid of this. And we're gonna move this fast, right? Because normally this would have to sit in the jerk seasoning for at least 4 hours, right? If you guys look at some of my old videos, you'll see that how we brine our chicken. You understand? I just had a white cut with black sauce, a Chinese dish. Well, this is a semi-Jamaican dish. This is a, you know, in Jamaica, right? The KFC in Jamaica is way better than the one, you know, in America, okay? And probably the reason is you're allowed to season it more. I don't know if you're allowed to season it more, but everybody seasons it more, right? Share Organics, what's up, what's up? Big, thank you for joining the live. So what we're doing here, we're gonna just do a version of KFC, but we call it JFC because we do it in a jerk season, okay? So let me just rinse this off real quick. 1 second, I'll be right back, don't go nowhere. All right, rinse off this chicken. Guys, we clean it with lime and vinegar. So when you cleaning your chicken, it's lime and vinegar. It's not for the impurities. Don't worry, we still have to cook it to make it proper, okay? All right, so I have vegetable oil in this pot already, okay? Ready to go. So we're gonna just turn on the vegetable oil. And what we do with the veggie oil, we have it about a medium heat. I want it to take its time and heat up. So the chicken now, right? We have the jerk seasoning. So all of these recipes, everything I'm doing here is in the book that's pinned on the top, right? So if you guys want to figure out how to do it, it's there. You can get it. It's only 19 bucks. You can't beat that, right? It's less than $1. I think like 75 cents a recipe. I mean, if you ask me to give you a recipe, I wouldn't charge you 75 cents. Remember that. So here we go. Look here. This now, we just take the jerk seasoning. Now, the key to this is you don't want a lot of jerk seasoning, okay? Because you don't want to overpower it. And everybody's going to be like, oh, but you're seasoning. No, 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 no. We're going to season the flour. So the jerk seasoning is one aspect, but then we have to do the flour. And then all you do, get this, the jerk seasoning. This is the wet jerk seasoning, guys. Just do the wet jerk seasoning on there. You understand? Wet it up, wet it up, wet it up. Wet is always good, never bad. All right? You don't want it dry. So then we just go ahead and we're going to let this sit for a little bit. Okay? So the jerk seasoning is on there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of all-purpose. Just a tiny bit of all-purpose. Jane, wagwan, wagwan. You understand? Yes, we make the own jerk seasoning. So one thing with us, right? We don't use store-bought, nothing. Everything has to be made fresh, okay? So that, everything is in the book, how to make your own jerk seasoning. Because you have a couple of them that's okay, but we don't want no preservatives. So we just want to take the scallion, pimento, scotch bonnet, allspice, everything, and get it together, onion, garlic, and you blend it up, and then you get a wet seasoning like this. We also have a dry that we use. So we use wet and dry, but both of them, you know, again, is there for you guys just to grab. All right, so we're going to season that. Now, let me get this over here. So remember, this is the dry jerk, okay, that we make, okay? So we have wet and dry. So now, let me get that little spoon here. I don't want to over season this chicken, you know, because we're going to season the flour. So you just want, when they bite this, because we're going to fry this like a Kentucky. So when they bite this, you just want it to be like, man, this tastes a little different. What is that? What is that? What is that? You know? Yeah, so it's always about making your own jerk seasoning. All right, so here we go. And you want that, Chef Balo, you're putting a little bit of, you're not really seasoning it like regular fried chicken. Yeah, exactly, because we have a long way to go. We don't want it to be salty. Remember, rule number one that we always say, you can add, you cannot take away so easily, right? So let's just say, argument's sake, this wasn't seasoned to the way you want it to be seasoned. We can always add a little bit of salt, a little bit of thing, just for boop, pep it up a little bit. But if you over season it, which a lot of people tend to do, you're done, you're finished. There's nothing we can do to redeem it. All right? So that's the jerk that we have here now. Now let me go ahead and show you what we're gonna do next. Let me get my bowl. All right, so I have a bowl here. And we have buttermilk, okay? Remember, I told you guys, if you want to make your own buttermilk, all you got to do is take heavy cream and you just whisk it, or put, if you have the blender, that hand blender, you blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. The milk will come out and the rest that you're left with will be butter, okay? So, as you can see, we have our own buttermilk right here, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to put some buttermilk in here. All right, just enough to coat the chicken. If you don't have buttermilk, all you have to do is use egg. That's it. Buttermilk, use egg. Guys, if you're in here, I just ask you, either you can subscribe to me or you can hit the little like button so that way they push it out for me and we can get more people in here and create a nice little community of where we learn stuff. A lot of things that I do on live, I tend to not do them anywhere else, right? That's kind of how I want to do it live, so you guys come in until we build our community. Then simple thing, we're going to take the wings that we already seasoned, and if you want it to really be like Kentucky, we should have just cut them into little buffalo style, but sometimes you're lazy and you don't feel like do it. And all we do, guys, is get it in here into the buttermilk and make sure that it's coated well. You see that? Let me move this out the way. Oh, don't want to get. All right, so we got the buttermilk. So we have jerk seasoning and then buttermilk on top. What we're doing, we're making a JFC. This is a Kentucky fried chicken, but we're doing it just Caribbean style, Jamaican style to be more exact, right? All right. So to the right, you just hit that little button there. Some likes it and come up, boop, 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 press them, and they push it out for me. It's easy. It's free. It don't cost you a penny. Now, you see gloves? One thing I tell everybody about gloves when you have on gloves, okay, a problem that, why I hate gloves sometimes. When you have on gloves, you tend to think everything is cool. So what you'll do, you'll go and rinse this glove off and you'll just start doing everything else like, you know, with the raw chicken that was on there and contaminate everything else. You understand? So yes, JFC fried chicken, right? And that's the problem. You don't want to contaminate everything, right? So when you have on gloves, you got to be really, really mindful. And don't be afraid to change your gloves. Let me move this up a little bit because the chat not moving for some reason. I don't know why. All right, so now I'm taking off the glove. You see this? Glove off. You can wash your hands, okay? And when you go to high-end restaurants, a lot of them don't use gloves, even though by law, technically, when you're dealing with food like these garnishes and stuff, you have to use gloves. Technically, if you're doing like chicken, raw meat, you don't really have to use gloves because you can wash your hands a lot. So for me, you gotta be careful. I like to not use gloves because it reminds you to wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. But for sake of the video, I know everybody lose their mind if they don't see gloves. Like the video for me, please. There's a bunch of you in here, just hit the like. It don't cost you nothing, 2 seconds, right? So let's put this to the side, over here. And then now we gotta get our flour ready. So what we have here now, we have the flour. So this is what the chicken's gonna go in. I like to put the chicken in a bag. It's not a lot of chicken. If it was more chicken, I would have had a container and use a container to do it, right? But because it's not that much, we can use a bag. So we got like, I wanna say 2 cups of flour in here. Again, it's called JFC. You want the recipe, it's right here. Let me show you. See there? JFC, it's right here. And the cookbook's called the Black Book. Link in the bio. I gotta push myself because guess what, guys? End of the day, it's a basic, easy support. All right, so now, these, see this what this says now? It says JFC. I already blended up everything already, right? Let me just show you what I use so you understand. Let me get this thing here. See this? This is what we call a spice blender, all right? So we take the spice blender right here, and we blend up all of the herbs and spices. Even if it's powder seasoning, I still blend it up, right? Yes, the cookbook is called the Black Book. It's right up on the top, Share Organics, thank you, right? So what we did, we have all the seasoning them in here. So this is what we're gonna use to season the chicken, the fried chicken. Remember, we started the oil already. And while I started the oil, one mistake I made the last time that I did these lives, because my lives run long sometimes, long, right? Is I didn't get the other pot going. So on that pot there, we're going to be making mashed potatoes and gravy and the coleslaw. So this is just like you went to Kentucky, right? Mashed potatoes and gravy. Master Chief 117, what do you mean? I have no problem saying your name. Master Chief. Right? So let's get some water in there. Okay. So we're going to get the water in here. This is going to be for the potatoes. So while I'm frying the chicken, I'm going to get the potatoes going. See, I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. You know, give me a little time with the live. Is it watermelon flavored chicken? Harvey, that's pretty funny. You got to understand, you can't troll me, man. Yeah, that doesn't work. No, it's JFC. You understand? Jerk fried chicken. You understand? Can't troll me, man. Because that comment, as far as I'm concerned, it helps me out, man. It pushes me in the algorithm. You got any more? Drop them. Drop them in there. Don't be afraid, man. Right? So now we're going to get that on. Let me get some sea salt in there. So when you're making potatoes or whatever, make sure you heavily salt the water. All right? This way, we don't really got to salt the potatoes as much. And let me just add a little bit more water in there. All right, so that's going to be for the potatoes. Let me put this cover on. Turn this down a little because I don't want it to start going. All right, let's get back to the flour. All right, we're doing jerk fried chicken, guys. Now here, this is the 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different spices, right? Let's check the cookbook and you'll see all the spices that we have in there. What I'm gonna do with this is we take this and we add it to this flour, okay? So I didn't put it on the chicken. On the chicken, we just use jerk seasoning, right? Now, the flour, we season the flour. And a lot of it. And then I'm just going to mix it up a little. And I still know it needs a little bit more seasoning, so guess what? I'm going to add a little more. All right. So what you could do with this afterwards, you know, right? You could always add this at the end also, right? Because this is just dry seasoning, so you can add it at the end. It's no big deal. So now we have that seasoning. Also what I want, let me get rid of this board. So red boards, guys, so you know, is always for meat, okay? So I never put veggies or anything on the red board. It's just for meat, okay? We should use green for veggies, that way you know, but right now I don't feel like washing the green board, so we're gonna use our regular board. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a little bit of this parsley, okay, and get this chopped up really fine. Chop, 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 chop. See it there? All right. So you see how the board is moving like this, right? Let me show you something. Let me get a little trick. You take a little paper towel, slightly wet, not damp fully, just a little bit, and you put it underneath the board. Now, chop, 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 and look, nothing. So you just want to get this finely chopped up. And we're going to put this right into our mix. Me, personally, I like the flavor of rosemary. You understand? So we take some fresh rosemary that we took out of the garden. Don't tell nobody. Right out of the garden. But guess what? Some people upset when you take the herbs out the garden and don't say nothing. So I had to sneak it. And I call no name. You understand? And then we chop this up. So we want this finely chopped up, as good as you can get. Now what I would have done, honestly, you could put this in a spice blender if you got one. If you don't have a spice blender, then, you know, there's nothing you can do. All right. You got to old school, chop it up like this. So guys, if you don't mind, all I ask you to do is hit the little like button. Pop, 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 pop. That's it. That's all you have to do. Hit that like button and we're good to go. GTG, good to go. Like Elephant Man would say. All right, so we get the rosemary in there. So remember, we have parsley in there, we have rosemary, plus we have all of the seasonings from the spice blend. And just because I'm gonna add more. I don't know why, but I feel like it need a little bit more, right? If you wanna know what's in this thing here, it's in the cookbook, but I'll give you a basic idea of some of the basic stuff. Basic stuff is onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, mustard powder, and white pepper, basic stuff, right? Get this. So now we need to go and get gloves again, okay? Let's get the gloves and then go ahead and get my chicken. I think so the oil hot enough now if I put the chicken in. You understand? But I'm gonna give you a secret technique right now, a little thing that I don't tell too many people. But we're on live, right? And I don't try to replay my live as much. I gotta know how to stop it. I saw the other day that YouTube just decided to replay the live. I don't know, I don't like that. I want you to be here in time. So just 1 second here. Here, we got the chicken soaking in buttermilk. Now remember, this chicken soaking in buttermilk, we technically, normally, we wouldn't do this, right? We would let it sit in the fridge for about, I want to tell you, maybe about 4 hours. What I'm talking about 45, about 4 hours minimum, okay? That way everything just melts. So it would sit in the jerk seasoning and in the buttermilk for about 4 hours, right? But because we're doing a live and I'm super hungry right now, me not here, me I go cook it right now. So what we do, we take our wing. Now remember, what I should have done was cut these off. Should I do it now? What you think? Anybody eat this part of the chicken? Who eats this part of the wing? Or should I cut it off? What y'all think? Talk to me, come on. Cut it off. Cut this off right here and knob them so you get the wings that look just like Kentucky. Or do we do whole wings? I think we should cut it off, man. Hold on, let's cut this thing off. Guys, I think we should cut it off. Let's move this stuff out the way to the side. Put this here. We're gonna cut it off. Hold on a minute, wait there. Cook it whole or cut it? Cut it. Cook it whole. What if I do? Talk to me. Normally cut, but keep it for now. All right, you know what? Say less. So I have no reason for use this now, guys. Me go and sharpen this. Nothing. Job, mercy of my mercy, God. All right. So since we're gonna keep it whole, let me get one more thing. I'll be right here, which I should have had already. What I love about these videos, you know, is how unprepared I am. So right now, this is the bag that we're putting the thing in. What you say? That part of the wing, yeah. Hold on there. So yeah, say, save that cleaver there for self-defense. Got it. All right, so since you guys said this part of the wing is caviar, we're going to try it afterwards. So what we do, take the wings, put in there. Now, I don't want to put more than 3 wings in there at a time, right? 3 wings at a time. And then I'm going to show you one of the most important things when you're frying chicken, right? You'll never believe this. A lot of people don't do this, but it's very important. So, we give it a shake. See it there, guys? Boom, bada, bang, 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 bang. All right, give it a shake. And then it's fully covered. Take them out. The chicken has to rest. Okay? It have to take a nap. It have to relax a little bit. That is how you get the best fried chicken. You see, if you take this now and drop it in a pan, no. Shake it off in a bag. Shake it off in the bag, guys. And then put the chicken down. Let the chicken rest. So basically what I'm saying to you, if you're hungry, don't cook fried chicken. You understand? Because you need little patience. So we're going to take the other whole wings, leaving on the caviar part of the wing. Right? See there? So anybody just coming in, I asked them if I should cut the wing so it can look more like Kentucky. And they said, no, this is the caviar. You understand? These are the top part of the wing. Everybody want that wing part there. Then fight for it. Right? So we get no more than 3 wings at a time. That way we can get it and make sure it's everything proper. And give it a shake, 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 shake it up. Shake it up. Shake, shake, shake it up. Shake it up. Right? All right. So look here. One thing with me, you know, I have to cook and entertain myself, you know. I don't know about, you know, but me must entertain myself. All right. See it here again now. So, what I added was some tenders, because when me go to Kentucky, me order chicken wing and me order chicken tender. You understand? Right. Mr. Offline, respect. So watch out. These are chicken tenderloins, we call this, the tenderloin. That means it's tender. Drop it in the flour same way, just like everything else. And we're going to be like we really go to Kentucky, man. Me not lie to you, man. John was stir. So, just to recap what we've been doing so far. We've seasoned the chicken in jerk seasoning, right? And let me just lock this up and do this. And then we've put it in buttermilk, okay, and let it sit. But it should have sitting at the buttermilk for 4 hours. But because me know you guys not staying with me for 4 hours, I do it for a couple minutes. Yes, man. Because they not hang out with 4 hours with me. 4 hours do what? I'm people hungry. Right? So this is what we call jerk fried chicken. It's a Chef Balo original. I know I've been doing this for years and years. I put it out online. So if you see anybody doing it, trust me, 9 out of 10 they got it from me. I don't care what anybody say. You understand? And this is in my cookbook that's pinned on the top, the full recipe. So what I will say, in the cookbook, the only difference that I did, right? You see when it's like this now, I would have double dipped it. I would have put it back into the buttermilk or egg wash and then put it back into the flour. So that's if you want it to be extra crispy. That's the way you do that, okay? Gloves off. We're not going to be using this flour anymore, so I'm going to be throwing it away. But if you had other chicken to do, you could put keep the flour for a couple of days. You know, it's not wrong doing that, but we ain't using that again. All right, guys. You guys cause a mess flashing that chicken all over the place. Jesus. All right. So now we have the oil going and we have the water boiling, right? Because guess what? Joan, wagwan. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to tap the little like button on the right now so we can push out this thing, please. I'm begging you. What we're cooking today is JFC. This is our version, a better KFC. Okay, we call it JFC because this is jerk fried chicken. And we're making it with mashed potatoes and coleslaw and gravy. Same exact way, right? So, we have the oil warming up. I think the oil is just about hot enough. The water now, may have it salted for the mashed potatoes, and I kept that on low just so that we can keep doing everything. You understand? Nice and easy. All right. So now, I think we need to throw a little of the chicken in there and then put some of the mashed potato in the same thing, because I remember I was cooking the last time on live and I forgot to do everything around the same time. So everything is done around the same time and everybody's happy, right? So let me go get a little thing. So I'm going to burn up my hand over here, so. I don't remember what this name, but you understand what it means. Yeah, that's what I say, Ewok. 28, 40 odd people and 7 likes. Come on, guys. Just hit the like on the side. It don't take nothing. It's free. Free. Like. Pop, 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 pop. All you do, you press a little button there. It like all kind of things can come up and you just push it. That's it. Come on, man. Please, I'm begging you. All right. So I can smell the oil now, right? We've had the oil going on and we have it on a medium heat. Okay? You do not want this on high, because then it's not going to cook nothing. We're going to do the wings first, because we can peel them off and eat them while the rest of the thing are cooked. You understand? So wings first. You see it? All right, with that, Mom, 21. Boom, bam, bing, bang, bang, bang. What's up? Say hello, hello, hello. All right, so we put the wings in. 1, 2, 3. So I have a small pot. I only want to do 3 at a time, right? We can do 3 or 4, but 3 at a time. All right, so now we're going to get the mashed potatoes going. Let me turn up the water. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to peel our potatoes. All you do, take off the top and bottom so it can sit up like this. Now, if you guys have a peeler, use that. I just don't happen to have one readily available. So I'm just going to use the knife here. Okay. All right. Let me get this out of the way. Let me get a little bowl. Let me show you what I like to do. What I like to do, get a little bowl with some water in it, right? And put it next to it. All right, so we have a little bowl. Let me put it out of the way with some water and chop these. This is just for, we're making mashed potatoes. So we're doing this just like if you went to Kentucky. You understand? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I have a bunch of different cookbooks, right? Because I want everybody to be able to cook Caribbean food and enjoy themselves and do it the right way, right? So, like I explained to you guys before, my cookbooks are guidelines, because Caribbean food, Jamaican food, I don't care what island you come from, they're all guidelines, right? Nobody has a set recipe per se. You know, it's not baking. You know, baking you might need to follow fully instructions. The way we do it, it's a guideline, so you kind of know the basic seasonings that need to be in there. It's okay if a little skin is left on here, guys. Right? You know the basic seasonings that's supposed to be there. And then you kind of make it yours. So if you don't like a certain seasoning, you take it out and add something else. You understand? Simple as that. All right. So the link to the book is right there in the bio. It's only $19, which is less than $1 a recipe. I think like 80 cents a recipe. And what it has all of the Jamaican recipes you need, plus some other stuff. Meaning, say, I have oxtail in there, but I also have the oxtail the way I make it, which I roast a whole oxtail. I don't just have an oxtail that everybody make. I show you how to make a traditional one, and then I also roast it. So we're gonna go ahead and watch this chicken fry up. So guys, a way to know when your chicken is done, especially wings and stuff, you see when it floats to the top? Pop, pa, da, pa, da, pop, pop. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Can you just hit the like button for me? You know, we're making JFC. So forget about Kentucky. Colonel Sanders out of business right now. Right now we're at the house and we're going to make it so we don't need to go there. You make this for your kids, for your family. You understand? If you're smart, you just put it in a one box and tell them, say, I can Google. They'll believe you. They're not going to believe you because this is better than Kentucky. So they'll be like, no, this ain't no Kentucky. This is better than that. Right? So we're peeling the potatoes to make our mashed potatoes and gravy. So chicken is frying. Listen, yo, this thing smells so good. I don't know how to explain it to you. I swear to you, it smells so good. One thing I love the smell of a good fried chicken, you know. Share Organics, thank you for telling everybody what we're doing here, because you know, sometimes you get to cooking, you know, you don't remember to keep explaining what's going on and what's cooking, guys. So I want to thank her. Guys, hit the like button for me, please. YouTube, look into silly things like that. Even if you don't want to comment, that's fine. I'd appreciate if you guys comment and let me know what you think, if we're on the right track. But if not, it's all right. You don't have to do it. You understand? So we got the, boy, let me say, there's a lot of potatoes. Am I greedy today? One for the, more? I don't know. Lord have mercy. One more for the road, guys. One more for the road. All right, so we're gonna do one more for the road. Those other potatoes can stay there. All right. So guys, when you're cutting up potato, yam, green banana, any kind of provision, right? I always tell you, just put it in some water for two things. Boy, you was to sound like you hungry, you know, man. Joan, we're cooking JFC. You understand? Jerk fried chicken. So what we're doing, instead of KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, we're doing our version of jerk fried chicken. So far, just as a recap, guys, if you guys are just coming in, we season the chicken in our jerk seasoning, homemade jerk seasoning. You can't use store-bought. You have to use your own jerk seasoning. And then we let it sit in the buttermilk for a little time being. And then we put it in the flour and we use, again, our spices. This is in the cookbook, guys, so just grab it. It's right there in the link. It don't cost too much. It's worth every penny. Plus, you can link me up and I'll walk you through all of the recipes if you need to. You understand? So here we go. We got that. And we're making mashed potatoes and gravy. So basically what we're saying is, F KFC, make our own JFC. You understand? Chef Balo way. So, again, when you're doing any kind of starch, you put it in water, and what it's going to do is going to get all of the starch out of it. So it makes a better mash or better anything. Right? Ewas, you're lucky, so your wife is a good cook. Yeah, you know what Ewas I talk about. He said his wife is a good cook, and he's going to blame his greed on her. The man said, no, him have a big belly because of she. It's you. You see them thing here? Yo. The man blaming belly. Let me go try that style there and blame my belly for my wife. That's what I'm going to do. All right, we're going to get the starch out of this. So you can see the water's boiling over here, guys. I drained the water out of the potatoes, and we're just going to get those in there. So remember, what you say? You can't blame her, my boss. Yo, I'm sure she don't have you in a headlock like this and say, eat. Yo, come on, blame him wife. Yo, crowd of people, I'm going to use that style. From now on, I'm blaming my wife for my belly. See my belly, yeah? It's not the alcohol, it's not all her food. I mean, wife do it. You understand? All right, guys, let's check on these wings. Remember what I told you. If they're floating to the top, they're pretty much done. Okay, and these wings are pretty much floating. What I'm gonna do is get another bowl and make sure I get some paper towel so we can let them rest on the paper towel. Let's put them there in eyesight. So what you got to remember, right? Wipe down this little stove because little spills everywhere. Remember we say wipe down as we go along. Right? Jerk fried chicken is what we're making. Yeah, listen, you don't worry about being here from the beginning. If you guys just put on your notifications, right? What I can do, you know, it'll put it out to you and then you'll know when I go live. I'm going to try and get to a set schedule when we go live so that everybody can kind of be interactive and do what, you know, get together. So now listen, okay, you asked if I salt them over, right? Once they come out, EWAS. Let me show you something. We have this name MSG, okay? I know a lot of you don't use it, but anytime if you eat from Kentucky, this is a main ingredient what them use. If you eat at the Chinese place, this is a main ingredient that they use. You don't need to do it, but not salt. So this is MSG, or if you're Jamaican or Caribbean, better known as accent, like the way you talk, accent. You understand? So what you do, when this comes out, you put it on there. Now, I'm going to give you a secret technique, which I shouldn't do, but I'm going to do it. If you wanted it to be like the, not the crispy KFC, the original, they put it in a pressure fryer, right? That's why it comes out that way. But the way you would mimic that, I would have put pretty much almost all of those wings in this pot, right? And then cover it with the lid, right? So once you cover it with the lid, it kind of steam it and fry it, so it doesn't have that super crispy thing. Then when it comes out, I put it in the oven. I put the oven on about 250 maybe, and then put it in there on a wire rack and let it sit in the oven for about 10 minutes. Hit it with some of the accent or the MSG, as we say, and you can't tell me it's not Kentucky. Cannot tell me. Well, better than Kentucky. We're not going to call it Kentucky. Better than. Zid. All right. Let me take out these chicken wings now because I know they're done because they're floating. So we're going to take these out. So if you notice, these chicken wings are a little darker than normal. And that's because I put extra paprika in there. What you can do if you don't want to put the paprika, you put what we call Amarillo. What's the name again? Let me show you. See it here? Amarillo. This is what them put in for make the yellow rice, the Spanish. That's what them do. All right, so them wings are out. Gee, whiz have mercy, boy, it smells good. Let me turn down the potato them. So we're going to put back in the other set of wings. Now remember, when we make this, it has to sit, okay? Do not put this straight from the flour into the oil. It's a no-no. Make it sit for about 5-10 minutes, and that way it really sticks to the chicken, right? So we get the other ones them in there. Again, once it kind of floats, we're good to go. All right, let me get this over here, guys. So next thing, let's get our coleslaw going because guess what? What is Kentucky without mashed potato and gravy and coleslaw? Guys, there's 50 of you guys in here. Just hit the like button for me, please. I'm begging you. Let's hit that like button and let's push this video out. So here I have a cabbage. This cabbage is a Napa cabbage. I like Napa cabbages better to do coleslaw, right? Because they cut better to me and they're light, right? So all we want to do, like any coleslaw, just shred it. Shred it, guys.
Shred it, they said, shred it.
All right? Look there. Oh, man. Yo, after you do this, Kentucky will never see you again. You hear what I'm saying? Yes. I wish you were here too. I wish everybody was here so that they could taste it. I'm telling you the truth, man. I swear to you. All right, so look. And then just cut it. Regular coleslaw. Lord of his mercy. Don't miss a papa for Balo just in the party. Look there. Come on. When we're done here, it's going to be a problem. Where you say he was? What do you mean if you can't? Boss, you can't use any part of the chicken. Let me be honest. Like me personally, I only eat chicken breast and wings. Stay above the waist. But you know, if you're below the waist with the leg and thigh, that's up to you. You can't eat that. Complain. You understand? Some of us stay up here. You know what I mean? You want to go down? It's all right. We're not judge. We're not judge around there. So, so you can use leg and thigh, any part of the chicken. Remember, we're doing this like it's at Kentucky. Just keep that in mind. So just whatever you would eat at Kentucky Fried Chicken, whatever you order, it's the same exact thing. You understand? So now, I'm not going to make too much coleslaw because I don't want it to be crazy. Let me get a peeler. And then we're going to put some carrot in there. So if you was doing this authentic, well, not authentic, but more like Kentucky, you'd have maybe some purple cabbage also, right? With us, we don't have purple cabbage. So, like we tell you, the beauty of cooking with Balo, you use what you have. There's no special way that we need to do it. There's no, you know, this is not for anybody to tell us what to do. It's us doing what we want to do. You get it? Right, so Brandon, Rosalie, respect on us, big up. Guys, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button for me, please. And not only that, turn on your notifications, man. Because I want to keep doing this, you know. But I want to build a community where all of us together have fun and do what we have to do. So, one of the chicken head, I stand out. See him over there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, you know, blood out in there. Get in there, boss. You understand? So now, with the carrots, it's just real simple. Okay? We just chop up the carrots thin, very thin. All right? Now, if you know, this knife is extra sharp. That's why you see me being very careful with it. You understand? I'm afraid to chop off my finger. The amount of time I chop off my finger with this knife, trust me, afraid. It's like a dog will bite you and you want to go pet him. You know what? Yeah, I'll stay over here. Right? So, here we got the carrots. Now, if you're really doing this Kentucky style, okay, guys, you would just grate this carrot. That would have been the best way to do it, to grater it. But for me, I'm not close to my grater. And grater's all the way on the other side of town. So I'm just going to cut these. Now, these don't make sense to put them in there. The best thing to do with this is, excuse me, sorry, eat it. Now turn the carrots and chop them up in little pieces. Right? So we have cabbage, carrots, and onion. This is a shallot. So we're going to cut this in there. And then we'll make our coleslaw. And then, actually, while I'm making this coleslaw, as soon as I've done this, I'm going to put on the gravy. Because the gravy needs to start. Because remember, the key is getting everything done one time. Not 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Last time I was on here about 7, 8 hours, I tried to get this thing cooked. Right? All right. So, we're going to get the shallots chopped up. So we have cabbage, carrots, and shallots. All right. All right, guys. See it there? Thank you. Thank you. We'll try to keep the kitchen nice, you know. All right. Let me get a bowl so that I can get this in there real quick and out of my life. So here we have a little plate. We're just going to get everything in there one time. Let me move the knife out of the way, guys. All right? Everything in one time. Boom, bada, bang, bang, bing, bang. One time. All right. So now we're making the coleslaw. What we are going to do? Mayonnaise. Now this mayonnaise is vegan mayonnaise from yesterday. Okay? But guys, you will not be using vegan mayonnaise for this, okay? When you're making this, you're going to be using regular mayonnaise, not no vegan nothing. So all of my vegan them, I'm sorry, this is not the video for you. Yesterday I did a video for you. This is for all of the meat eater them. Then we take a little apple cider vinegar. So we have mayonnaise, little apple cider vinegar. Okay. Normally, I would have put some lemon juice in there, but I don't have any lemon juice. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take the buttermilk and put the buttermilk in there, right? Just a little buttermilk. Remember, this is homemade buttermilk, guys. Right? And then, let's go get some sea salt, and we want with black pepper. So we have sea salt and black pepper. Let's add a little bit of that. Sea salt and black pepper. Right? Now, what we would have done too, I don't have it, if you guys want to make this at home, is a little bit of sugar. Would be nice. Right? That way it have that real Kentucky style flavor to it. Okay? Look at that. Whoa. Let me go get a fork. All right. Let me see, fork, let me taste. Need the sugar. God darn it. Need a little sugar, guys. It tastes good with the buttermilk, the mayonnaise, the apple cider vinegar, but it does need, for me, sugar, just to give it a little bit more sweetness, and the lemon juice. It's me. I don't gotta lie to you. I have no reason. Because guess what? You might be looking at this video and decide you want to make it, and imagine if I'm telling you, no, you don't need to do that. And look at black pepper. Why? Because we're black. So we need black pepper. You understand? You see it? There you go, guys. So, give that a little stir. I'm going to put this in the fridge. I'm not going to do nothing else to it. This is just coleslaw. Just like if you added coleslaw to your order. When you go to Kentucky, you know them always give you mashed potato and coleslaw. You understand? Right? Let's give a little taste. No, man. My God. Whoa. That is delicious. Let me tell you something. That is fantastic. All right. Let's check our potatoes. Make sure, see if they're coming along. All right, guys. The potatoes are done, okay? Woo. Now remember, I salted these already. Turn that off. Remember, if you heavily salt your potatoes, right, kind of like how you do in pasta, you don't got to add any more salt to it. It's just not necessary at all. Okay? It's the best thing in the world, right? So again, let me just recap what we're doing so far so everybody understands. Right now, we're making jerk fried chicken instead of, what you say? Drop some raisins. But where am I going to put the raisins? Just follow the recipe. And you get something wicked where you give your family, they're going to be like, what the hell? Where did you make this? So we have fried chicken. We started out with jerk seasoning. We seasoned the chicken with jerk seasoning, put it in some buttermilk, and had it sit. And then we had the spices that we added to the flour. Okay? All of this is in the cookbook that's pinned on the top. So all you got to do is just follow it, and you'll be good. Let me just check one of these real quick. Blows on skirt. See it there? Now, hold on. Let me taste it to see if this makes any sense, right? Or if I have to leave. Oh, in place of the sugar, I hear what you're saying, but who has raisins? I mean, you know. Listen, let me taste it, because if it don't taste good, I'm going to Kentucky right now. I can tell you that. I got no shame in my game. No, man. Yo! Kentucky now see me again, ever. Look at that, perfectly cooked. Remember, when you're cooking wings, once the wings them float, they're done, okay? They're finished. These wings here are floating. Wait, hold on, let me, wait 1 second. You know how you know that's good? I didn't use no hot sauce. You understand? Once I didn't use no hot sauce, my God, no man. All right, we take out the next set, and then we're gonna put in the chicken tenders, right? No. You know what? Maybe I'll show you guys another trick. You know? Ewas, you know when you're eating, man, and the food nice, you have to give a happy dance, you know. Everybody know the food dance. Everybody know that dance, yeah. Right? You know what this dance is? You know when you're this small, and you got to the kitchen first, say your mother was cooking or your grandmother, right? And you reach at the kitchen, everybody outside a play, and you in there, and she just turn and she say, hey, taste this blood. Yo, you just start. Yo, taste this. No. Oh yeah. I don't care, I'm on live. This is all you eat chicken bone. If I wasn't on live, I would have bite this to shreds. You understand? But out of respect to the viewers, we don't want to be too disrespectful. You understand? All right, guys. The last step, this is the chicken tenders. Now remember, chicken tenders go less time than the chicken wings. You don't want to overcook it because it's chicken breast. If it was thigh, it would be better, you know, but chicken breast, we want to get these in there. Nice and good. Watch out, watch out. All right, so we have the coleslaw done already, right? Put this over there. Let's just recap. Coleslaw done already. Mashed potatoes done. What are we missing? Gravy. Hey, you never go to Kentucky and they don't give you mashed potatoes and gravy. You understand? That's what we're missing, gravy. All right. Let me give you another little thing. You see this here, so? I could make a regular gravy. So if I was making a regular gravy, all I would do is take some butter, right? And put it in the pan, a little bit of flour, and let that brown a little bit, get a little color to it. And then I would season it with rosemary, sea salt, and all these other things, right? This is just a regular gravy pack that I have. This is actually Kinder's. I don't have nothing with Kinder's. I'm just telling you which one it is. And this is their chicken thing. It's really good, right? All you do is add water to this. But, you know, we can't leave it alone like that. We can't just add water and call it a day. We have to cook. So we have fresh rosemary from the garden. What else may I have here? I have some fresh thyme, where you can see the thyme. I took time with the thyme. Took time with the thyme. Because it's still growing, you understand? But again, who's going to the grocery store and you have a garden out back with all of these herbs on it? Not me, right? And then we're going to take the parsley, okay? So we have thyme, parsley, and rosemary. And then the regular seasoning. So let's get a little pan, okay? Let me give me a second here, guys. So we have our little fry pan. Let's turn that on. And this is simple. All we're going to do, we get some butter, right? We're going to put in the fry pan. We're going to chop these up and then use this seasoning, and pretty much we'll have our gravy. Then we'll mash the mashed potatoes, throw a little butter in there. Once this fry up, that's it, we're done. But before we get there, guys, what I would like you to do is tap the screen on the right and just give me some likes while I mash up this next piece of chicken. Yo, I can't play music because YouTube throw away my video if I play music, guys. You know what I'm saying? Because now, if you cook your chicken for about, if it's wings, maybe 10, 12 minutes, and let it sit. You see how juicy that is, right? It's not dry. It's just juicy. It's cooked all the way through. Yo, JFC, best in the world. I don't care what nobody says. Right? All right, guys. Less of that. Let's be fair. So what we want to do now, let's cut these up. We got that going. We need a piece of butter. Let's throw a piece of butter in there. Throw some water in this. Stir it up, and we're good to go. So the butter, I used yesterday all of the butter. Hey, Ewas, thank you, man. Respect, man. Thank you. I appreciate your coming through as usual, man. Believe me. Let's get the butter in. Right? That's good to go. And then chop up these. This is rosemary, thyme. This is for the gravy that we're going to make, guys. Okay? Rosemary, thyme, and parsley. And this just goes with the mashed potatoes. And once these are done over here, we're going to eat JFC, jerk fried chicken, guys. The link is in the bio. If you want to know how to make this, just go ahead and grab the ebook. It helps support the cause, you know. I'm appreciative of anybody that supports me. All right, so look. See it there? That's gonna go in the gravy. So we have the butter going already. All we need to do is stir this up. Let me get some broth. Remember our veggie broth. You guys could use water, anything you have if you don't have veggie broth. And then we just put it in here. Right? Get this to the side. And then just stir up. This is going to be the gravy. Get it in there. Stir it up. Stir it up, little darling. All right, we have a little bit left in there. We could just throw some more broth and good to go. Okay. Guys, like this video for me, please. If you're getting any kind of value out of it, I'm begging you, just like it. You know, that way Instagram pushes it out. We're making JFC chicken. This is a recipe from out of my black book, which has traditional Jamaican food, as well as things like the JFC, okay? So the JFC is like if you're having Kentucky, but you want a better version of Kentucky. That's what JFC is, right? Jerk fried chicken, that's what we call it. Let's check on this chicken here. All right, these are coming along nicely. These are the chicken tenders, guys. And what I might do, I might just put it in a jerk barbecue sauce. You understand? Jerk barbecue. If you look to the right, there's 3 little buttons right there. You touch it and you just press the heart, you know, what I'm saying? Something like this. See it there? Press the heart. And that helps push the video out to other people on the For You page or whatever. And I appreciate it so much. All right, guys. We're almost done. Almost I come through to it now. So we got this going. This stove is actually better, so once this is done, I'll go ahead and put it on this stove and move it over. You understand? And keep it going. All right, guys. Rosemary, thyme, parsley. That's it. Butter, and then just like a gravy that you're using, any gravy that you can pick up. It doesn't matter. Whatever you like, use that one. Right? Let's get these things out of my line of sight. Okay. And then just give this a quick little wipe down, guys. Driving me crazy. All right, get this out of here, wipe this down. All right. This chicken is almost done. So the best thing for us to do now, let's go ahead and get the mashed potatoes, okay? So then we'll be done with this as far as we have better than Kentucky Fried Chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy. Let me turn this up a little bit so the gravy will come along there. Boy, I need a spoon. Let me taste this thing. Hold on. Let's see. Because it probably needs something else to it. Let's get it stirred up. Let's see. Oh man, I don't know. I think that's good enough. All it needs now is just the aromatics. So what I'm gonna do, I put half of it now and then half at the end, right? So half of it goes in now. And then the other half right before we're gonna put it on the mashed potatoes, we'll throw it in there. So now guys, this chicken is also just about done. Okay, let's wipe this thing down. Let's get our mashed potatoes. Look at that. So let's move these already cooked chicken, all this jerk fried chicken over here. And then let's put these here. And then I'm gonna move this off of the stove and use the other stove. Look at that. These are the chicken tenders. Now, if you really want this thing to be fantastic, all you gotta do is put this in the jerk barbecue sauce, okay? The recipe for the jerk barbecue sauce is in the cookbook Fire and Spice, okay? So basically, I don't gatekeep nothing. Everything that we're doing, you have access to it, right? So the lives is just basically showing you how we make it. And then the cookbooks gives you the recipe on how to do it. That's it. And then you can come back and look at these lives and you'll see how I did it. Like, wow. All right, let's just move this over. This is almost done. Turn this back stove off. And then let's get the mashed potatoes going, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get some butter Remember, we heavily salted that water for the mashed potatoes, almost like you're making pasta. So you know when you're making pasta, you over salt the water. I do the same thing with mashed potatoes. That way I don't need to add any to it later on, you know, because a lot of time when you make mashed potatoes, you add salt and all this stuff, milk and all these great things. We don't need to do none of that, right? So let's go ahead and get this bowl. All right, so I need a strainer. So let me go ahead and get the strainer, guys, so that I can totally be done with this. Let's put the strainer in the sink. Get this. And one of the main things, make sure this is coming along nice. The JFC is the best thing ever, okay? So if you guys love this recipe, hit the little like button over there and push me out to the masses. To everybody out there, push me out. All right, let's get the potatoes out of here. Okay. Get the potatoes out of there. And then let's get a clean bowl. All right, let's do this first, guys. Let's get this rest of the aromatics into the gravy. I'll wipe this down a little bit. Okay, let me get the potatoes in there, show you what I'm gonna do with it. So we have the potatoes in here. This is our potatoes that we're making. Let me look and see what you said. Hey, thank you, I appreciate that. I try to be interested and make sure that everybody is having fun while we cook. But the main point of this video is to do better than Kentucky so you don't have to go make your own. You understand? So we got the potatoes, we got our gravy here. Let's stir those gravy a little bit. All right. So the gravy is just about done. Turn that down to low. Let's give it a last taste just to be sure. Doesn't need anything. The reason why that turkey, the gravy that I use, the chicken gravy that you can buy any of yours from the supermarket, you know, a lot of times they have their salt and seasoning in there already. So you don't want to over season it. All you want to do is add herbs to it, you know, and butter. That's it, nothing else. So now we need to add some butter to this. And then we're going to be pretty much done, guys, in a couple minutes. This is going to be delicious. And guess what? Let me get my butter out of here. Oh, there you go. I already had butter out. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? All right, see the butter here? So now, don't be afraid of butter, man. Let's get it in there. When you go to restaurants, let me tell you, I worked in restaurants. I have a food truck. The key and the secret is butter, man. It's what changed why your thing doesn't taste as good as theirs. You use margarine, right? You use, I can't believe it's not butter. You can't use that. It's crazy. Use real butter. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth every dollar. All right, buttermilk. I'm gonna add just a little bit of buttermilk. Turn your eyes, guys. All right, this is to make it creamy, okay? And then let me go get a masher here. Boom, bang, bing, bang, bang, bang. All right, so we're gonna mash up now. So we have butter, buttermilk, right? And potato. This is heavily salted potatoes. Gee whiz, no man. Now, restaurants, the way they would have done this, they put it through a strainer, right? A potato strainer, and then they do it, and that's why it has that really creamy thing, but we don't need it like that. Lord of His mercy. A buttermilk in at the party. Hey, mercy. A buttermilk in at the party. Watch out. No, Mr. Look on this thing. It will look nice. Kentucky have nothing. We can't touch. Sure. I wanted to be a DJ way back in the days, but it didn't work out as you can see, so we have to do the chef thing, you know, DJ thing don't work out, you know. All right, guys, enough of the jokes. Let's get to the reality. So what we have here now, let's see. Let me just taste this a little bit. I don't gotta do nothing to that. Not a thing. You understand? Nothing. So, JFC, jerk fried chicken, better than KFC, right? Link is in the bio. If you want to get the book and learn how to make it along with other Jamaican, it's right there, right? Or if you want to just look at what I did and go ahead and do it again. So, but with the cookbook, we teach you how to make authentic jerk seasoning. Without this, it's not going to taste right. You understand? Then we teach you how to make the fried chicken and any other thing to go with it. So what we're missing right now is what, guys? What do we need right now? What's the main thing we're missing? A plate! No, man. No, this is crazy, man. Come on, man. I should be a chef or something. I swear to you. I should be a chef. I don't know what else to tell you. All right. Plate. Right? Let's work this thing slowly. Spoon. So what you do? You take some mashed potato. Right? And with Kentucky, right? I noticed that they always put a little hole in there for some reason. I don't know why. So let's just go ahead and do that. Put a hole in there. Right? Let's move this out the way. Let's go ahead and get our coleslaw. Right? So we have coleslaw, mashed potato, and jerk fried chicken. So this is the coleslaw, just like if you was at Ken Dougal. Right? Let's put it to the side. Because this is all me see. They always give one little bit of coleslaw. They don't give you a lot. A little tiny bit. You understand? They don't want to share the coleslaw with you. Okay? And then now, we have coleslaw. The best thing left. The jerk chicken, right? The jerk fried chicken. But, hold on. What I'm going to do, we're going to take one piece of that. Maybe 2 pieces. 2 pieces of the tender, right? And we just give 1 wing, right? So you get 2 pieces of tender, 1 wing. Always clean up yourself after. Now, we have 2 pieces of tender, 1 wing. What we're missing, guys? Gravy. Yo, we're missing gravy. All right, stir up the gravy. Stir it up. Little darling, stir it up. All right, see gravy, huh? No, man. Listen. Watch out. Yes, sir. Plate mine first. What? Watch out. Alicia. Kuya. Boy. As some see Kentucky do, you know, them always put your gravy right in the middle, you know. Zing! Zing! Watch out. Pipe, 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 pipe. My goodness of gracious of Nazareth. Look here. All right, crowd of people. This has got to be one of the best meals I've made in a long time. Primi, you're late. How are you going? Late. Let me tell you what we do. We make JFC, jerk fried chicken. You see me? Right? No KFC, jerk fried chicken. And let me just do a recap for everybody coming in right now so you understand what we did. Hold on. Before we do the recap. How about this? You're lonely? Why? Hold on, let me talk to you. So, between me and you, recap. Yeah, you're late, man. You have to put on your notification bell, man, and come in and make we cook together. So, we take the chicken and we season it with the homemade jerk seasoning. Guys, remember, that is the key. Got to be homemade. Oh, I don't know. You know, YouTube is new to me too, you know, so I don't know the ins and outs, when it works or when it doesn't work, you know. But I appreciate you even coming in and, you know. You have thought with some man you could have cooked together, man. What? Come on, man. You slack up, man. We could have done this together. Because I do it from scratch, right? I didn't even let it sit the time that it normally takes to sit. So what I did with this is we season it in the jerk chicken and then we use homemade buttermilk. But you can't buy a buttermilk, you know. But we use homemade because I'm a chef. And then we had it sitting there. Normally we would have did 4 hours with that. But because we're on the live, we decided that, you know, let's just show how to do it. And then we seasoned it with our seasoning. And this is our JFC seasoning. As you guys know, it's already in the book, right? So you guys grab the book, all of the spices are there, right? And then we just fry it slowly. And in the meantime, we made our mashed potatoes with gravy and coleslaw. So realistically, we're there, Ken Dougal right now. Now the only thing which, you know, because it tastes so good as it is, I'm not going to spend the time to even do it. We would have made our jerk barbecue sauce. Right? So, you know, like how they give you the hot and spicy, then bring back the barbecue wings. Okay? We would have just made a sauce like that too and just toss it and put it in there. But this is so damn good right now as it is. It's not even necessary. Who teeth me fork? Let me fork there, guys. Let's taste the mashed potato. Yeah, bring me next time, man. You understand? Because I'm telling you, you would love this. Yo, this is 50 times better than any KFC. Only thing me missing from this right now is a little pepper. Because I like pepper on my food. Right? But again, we're at the house. And where I say butterfish, no man. Come on. Come on. Did you see my butterfish recipe? You know? And you know, say in the same book, the black book, we have butterfish, where we do escovitch with it, and a steamed butterfish too. One of my favorite fish, by far. Watch out, guys. This is delicious, man. This is delicious. Let me see little coleslaw. Little coleslaw. Only thing the coleslaw missing, like I said, guys, if you really want it to mimic the Kentucky, is little sugar. Okay? We'll make it a time where we can cook together on live. I'll figure it out. Right? The only thing missing from this, okay, is little sugar. It does need a little sugar. To me, is it fine, the coleslaw the way it is? Yes. Can it eat the way it is? Yes, it can. But it's missing that hint of sweetness that I like to have. Right? And you could just bust up that piece of chicken here. Again. Come on, man. Come on, man. Guys. You know what? I might replay this live for you guys. Because this is one of my favorite dishes right now. Let's try the chicken tender. Remember, wings, as soon as you see them float, them done. Yes, it's crispy, man. I tell you. What's up? You can hear it on the mic. I need a little pepper. Little scotch bonnet. Hold on there. Hold on. I'm not talk too fast. Look at that. Look. Wait there. Yo. I gotta be a special kind of idiot, man. See me scotchy them here, so. Yeah, I'm gonna do a replay of this, guys. So, if you never see it from the top, and you don't mind, if you can just re-watch it for me, that helps too. Hold on. So what I'm looking for is one that's open. See this one open already, but guess what happened? I don't want, let's put this to the side. I just want to rub it on the chicken. So I'm gonna put this back in there and throw them back into the freezer. Yep, in the freezer, man. I keep forgetting we have the scotchy in the freezer, them, you know, man. You understand? Scotchy in the freezer, guys. So now I have my scotch bonnet. You guys do not do this at home. Okay? Watch out. Whatever you do, this is professionals only. You understand? I remember now at the seed party, I said, you know, man, and this is nothing to play with. And already, and the light already are beaming on my face already, so you don't know, so I sweat hot. Why? No, yo! All right, let's stop it. So now, guys, it goes like this. The jerk fried chicken, and then scotch bonnet on the top. Scotch bonnet, rub it. Now, for you babies, you need to use a green one. You understand? Do not use anything that resembles chocolate or purple. It's a bad idea unless you're a professional scotch bonnet devourer like me. I think this is the way to do it. The scotch bonnet, I'm sure if you do regular hot sauce, you know? Okay, that's a good question. That's a great question. Which one gives more heat, frozen or pickled? I'm gonna say probably pickled, not when it's chocolate. So if it's a purple scotchy, it don't make a difference what you do with it. This is gonna stay hot. I don't care what you do with this. This is going to be hot, right? But yellow, greens, maybe even the reds, if you pickle it, it's, you know, I think it keeps the heat better. When you freeze it, it loses the flavor, right? And some of the heat. And that's probably because of the water that's going in it. And then by the time it come out now, you know, it's the water concentration content that's causing that to happen. But my God, let me tell you something. I'm eating this with the scotch bonnet, but it's a burned it out of me, between me and you. Right now, I'm gonna sweat like me in a swimming pool. Yeah, man. But I can't stop eating it. It's so damn good. And let me get this gravy. No, man. If you do this, definitely they're gonna say you should be a chef. But Jad was star. I sweat. Hot. See there? We be here. We can try it together as a family. So, hold on there. Primi, you don't think you could have seasoned your chicken while you watch what go on, man? You know multitask. D&G, let me tell you, as a professional scotch bonnet devourer, never you drink soda after you eat pepper. That's one of the worst things you can do. Never you drink water after you eat pepper, because what happens, the capsaicins, I don't know if I said the word, but in the pepper, when you drink the soda and it spreads, And that's why it gets even hotter. Okay? It spreads. But John, you know, no business. Me have to pat my head dry because me a burn up. At least me know what to do in winter. You understand? Milk is good. Any kind of juice that's a thicker juice will work fine. Right? But milk is the best thing that you could possibly do. Any kind of milk. But they pretend like it not born out there. But John was there. But we can't stop. I'm a glutton for punishment, as my mother would have said. You're a glutton for punishment. Yeah, mommy. So some more pepper, you go pan chicken here. When you ready? When you ready? When you ready? Watch her. Ready? My God, I'm That's so good. That is so good. Premier, season up your chicken. How are you making the chicken wings? Did you use a dry season? Wet seasoning, right, for the chicken. And the reason why is because it's going into the buttermilk, right? But can you use a dry seasoning? Yes, I've done it with dry seasoning too. So if you don't have wet seasoning, you can do dry too. It's no big deal. But I use the wet seasoning, season the chicken, and put it in the buttermilk and make it sit for a little bit. And then we take this seasoning now. Okay, this is for the chicken, for the flour. So we season the flour. Okay. And what I like to explain to everybody, when you're frying or cooking any kind of thing like this, something that you can add salt or anything to it, you don't want to over season. It's better you under season and then add a little more salt to it. You don't need buttermilk. You can use egg, right? You have egg, use the egg. You don't need buttermilk. You just want to create a barrier to stick. The buttermilk's gonna make it be more crispy and get a better batter, but it's not necessary. It's not 100%. If you don't have it, don't worry about it, guys. Right? So with chicken here. Right, we never turn off the gravy, guys. I beat off remote. Yeah, and then just make sure your oil, when you're frying your chicken, is on a medium high because you want it to take its time to fry. I was explaining earlier, if you want it to be like original Kentucky Fried Chicken and not the crispy kind, you pretty much put all of the chicken in there, stack it up, and then put a cover on it. And then that kind of mimics what Kentucky does, because Kentucky fry their chicken in what we call a pressure fryer. Okay, so it's like a pressure cooker with oil and it fry it like that. That's why it comes out like that. So the only best way we can mimic that is by putting the cover on top of the chicken and then just, keep turning. And that way it get crispy, but like Kentucky style crispy. And the way you finish it, you put it in the oven about on maybe 275, 300, for maybe about another 10 minutes or so. And then the secret, you gotta hit it with this. This is MSG. If you're allergic to it, don't use it. But this is just accent for anybody who don't know what MSG is. And we didn't add it to our chicken, but we're going to. See, a little MSG. Not salt, MSG. And that's it. And it's going to be Ken Dougal. And you're gonna be like, whoa, my goodness gracious and mercy. The key is don't over season the chicken with the jerk seasoning though, okay? Because remember, so jerk seasoning already have salt and everything in there and it's powerful, You don't want to over season it. Watch out. Okay, guys. A little bit more Scotch bonnet. Yeah, accent. Me love accent too. But some people don't like it, but growing up as a kid, my mother always have accent in the cabinet. Most Caribbean households have it in there, yeah, man. Okay. That is all your destroyed chicken. Kentucky, you not see me again. I don't care what nobody say. Not seeing me again. Guys, Listen, guys. 1 cup of milk. I got a tablespoon of vinegar. Yeah, can do that. No, definitely no salty seasoning after the jerk. No way. Nope. Because the jerk seasoning have salt in it. So you want a light coat of the jerk seasoning. Okay? You know what I'm gonna do with this particular live? I'll leave this up and let it replay so everybody can see how to make it also, right? Again, guys, if you want the fast track, it's in the cookbook. It's pinned on the top or it's in the description. 19 bucks, can't beat it. And you can know how to cook this. I'll show everything. I don't gatekeep nothing. I'll tell you how to do it. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me and I'll walk you through everything. Jerk garlic season. Premium. One thing with Jamaican and Caribbean food, we cook how we want. You understand? So you use what you have. I didn't have all the ingredients for what I was doing here. I just used what I had. That was it. And it worked out just fine for me, using what I had. You understand? So, whatever you have. Yes, please get the book. I appreciate it. I really would appreciate the love. This is how I do it. I just try and give back. You know, I don't want to have nothing to give everybody. So I wrote a bunch. I actually have 6 or 7 cookbooks that will be out probably by the next week. But this one is my top seller. And, you know, we have all kind of different dishes. We have butterfish in there. We have, you know, salmon rasta pasta, escovitch. But, you know, I make my escovitch a little bit different. You know, ackee and saltfish, but we do a tower with it. Just very nice, you know. So I would appreciate it. And yeah, I do all other cuisines. Of course, I do other cuisines. So what I do, I cater a lot, right? Yeah, I don't have the hard copy yet. Okay. I'll be getting the hard copy soon. But it's digital right now. Okay. We're having a little thing with the hard copies. You know, I thought I would have had them already, but not yet. All right. You love French cuisine? Well, you know, when you learn cooking, like professional cooking, the first thing you learn to do is French cuisine because they're like the authors of commercial settings is French. I'm not a fan of French food like that personally. It's not my favorite thing, you know. There's a couple dishes in there that I like, but I'm not a fan of French food like that. But I respect, you know, if you're going to be any kind of professional chef or anything, you have to learn French cooking. You buy 24 copies. Listen, you can get 24 at the digital and send it to everybody. That would be just as nice. I would appreciate it. But as soon as I get them, I'll let you know, you know, the hard copies. You know, like I said, we were working with one distributor and it didn't work out. The quality of it wasn't up to par. So that's why I didn't release it. You know, but I do the digital version because it's ready now. You know, ready right now and you can get it today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not let me check my email. Right now as we are talk. You understand? And you got to remember, I'm a professional chef. I do this for a living. I have a lot of high-end clients. If you came to me and you said to me, I want you to cook for me, okay, it wouldn't be $19. If you said to me, give me a recipe, right, it wouldn't be $19. You understand? So the fact that it's 19 bucks, it shows you that I'm not gatekeeping and I'm just trying to get this thing out there. You understand? It's a premium. They want your Caribbean food. Yeah, that's how it go. You know, that's how it go. Everybody want Caribbean food. You know, we're trying to make Caribbean food be the top thing right now. You know, that's how that's where we're at with it. So, but anyway, again. And you guys press that button, the little 3 dots. There's 3 dots to the right of the screen. See there, sir? If you go over there, sir, it's right there. And you just have a little pop-up and you just hit the little heart or any kind of thing right there. You hit that and it set it out for me. Out into the atmosphere. It's a YouTube set it out, way out. You understand? So I'd appreciate it if you guys do that for me. And, you know, thanks for joining the live. Right now, my belly full. And you know how my life go already, you know. Primi, I know you're hungry, but my belly full, you know. So you hungry, me full. Life is great. You understand? You'll be eating in about 30, 40 minutes. So, you know, good luck with that. Anyway, I'm going to get off the live right now because guess what? The family them coming around and a hover. Eh? And just a hover. You know, like the crow them will just hover over you. Some food that goes on like this. So, we no can't see them, but everybody just goes so. You understand? So I know what time it is, you know what I mean? All right, so one love, thanks again, I appreciate it. Guys, listen, subscribe, okay? And put on your notifications so you know when I'm coming on. And let's just make this be a thing. So see you guys Friday, all right? One love. Boom, bang, bing, bang, bang. All right, respect.